Welcome to the Jeweller's Journal, Roberts & Co podcast where we unravel the world of gemstones, precious metals, jewellery design and craftsmanship. I'm your host Barry Roberts, inviting you to step into our world, one where every piece tells a story. Whether you're a jewellery aficionado, a passionate collector or simply curious about the sparkle behind our creations, we're glad to have you here. So let's delve into the fascinating stories and intricate details behind our stunning collections and learn about the extraordinary craft of jewellery making. So sit back, relax and let's start our journey into the mesmerising world of the jeweller here at Roberts & Co. And today we're discussing the history of rings, from tokens of affection to symbols of commitment. Centuries ago, in the society of ancient Greece, rings began a fascinating journey that would transform them from mere decorative ornaments to significant tokens of affection. Bestowed upon loved ones, these ornaments were cherished not for their material value, but for the sentiment they represented. The ancient Greeks, known for their profound philosophical discussions, flowing robes and appreciation for beauty, are credited for pioneering this emotional aspect of rings. In their vibrant culture, a ring was a heartfelt gift, a tangible representation of affection that one person could give to another. It was an intimate gesture that signified a deep bond and mutual respect. However, it's important to note that during these ancient times, the ring was not yet linked to the concept of marriage. That association would evolve only much later. Rings in ancient Greece served primarily as tokens of friendship or fondness, gifts given and worn to symbolise an intimate connection. This practice marked a significant shift in the way rings were perceived and used in society. They were no longer just signs of power and social standing as they had been in even earlier times. Instead, they had become deeply personal, imbued with emotional meaning and valued for the affections they symbolised. The ancient Greeks, renowned for their love of oratory and philosophical discussions, lived in a society rich in art, culture and intellectual pursuits. They wore flowing robes, celebrated beauty in all forms, and held public forums that engaged citizens in rigorous debate and intellectual exploration. This passion for beauty and exchange of ideas naturally extended to their choice of personal adornments, including jewellery. Unlike earlier societies where rings primarily symbolised power or status, the ancient Greeks viewed rings differently. They began to see them as sentimental objects, tokens that could be given as gifts to express affection and friendship. The ancient Greeks were skilled artists, and their rings reflected the aesthetics and philosophy of their time. Most rings from this era were simple and unadorned, designed to be worn and appreciated every day. They were usually crafted from bronze, silver or gold and often bore the designs of mythological figures or natural elements, serving not just as a token of affection but also as a testament to their artistic prowess. One popular design was the hermaphrodite ring, named after the Greek god Hermes and the goddess Aphrodite. These rings featured two-faced designs that symbolised the union of masculine and feminine elements, which would be interpreted as a symbol of unity, love and balance. Although these rings were not necessarily tied to matrimonial rights or romantic love as we understand it today, they represented a deep bond and mutual affection between two individuals. Other designs included signet rings which bore the engraved symbols or initials of the giver. These rings were used to seal letters and documents, and receiving such a ring was a significant mark of trust and respect. Through these ancient rings, we can glimpse into the societal norms and values of ancient Greece, where rings were not just adornments but personal, intimate tokens of affection. The tradition of offering rings as tokens of affection continues to grow long after the ancient Greeks. As time progressed and societies evolved, these symbolic gifts took on more specific purposes and a deeper significance. Rings gradually evolved to become an emblem of betrothal and impending marriage. During the Middle Ages, for instance, the gimmal ring, a two-part ring representing a couple united in love, was a popular betrothal ring in Europe. The couple would each wear a part of this ring during the engagement, and the woman would wear the ring as a whole after the wedding, signifying their unity. The transformation from affection to betrothal wasn't a straightforward journey. Various cultures had different interpretations and practices. In some societies, rings were given as a dowry or a bride price. In others, they served as a legal contract to signify the groom's commitment to take care of his future wife. While the exact reasons behind this shift are lost to history, it's likely a combination of societal, economic and perhaps even religious changes that led to rings becoming associated with marriage. The universality of this custom, despite cultural nuances, points towards a shared understanding of the symbolism and significance rings held in representing eternal love and commitment. The tradition of giving a ring as a token of promise of marriage, known as a betrothal ring, is steeped in rich history. Its journey traces back to ancient times and has evolved through different cultures and societies, each adding its unique touch and significance to the concept. Initially, these rings served as a public declaration of a contract or agreement between two families. As time progressed, the symbolism of the betrothal ring grew more personal and intimate, often representing the giver's love and commitment to the receiver. The design and material of these rings has also undergone significant transformation over time. Ancient Romans, for instance, used iron betrothal rings known as annulus pronubus. These rings were simple in design and symbolised strength and permanence. In contrast, the Middle Ages introduced more intricate designs like the gimel ring, with their interlocking bands symbolising the union of two people. As societies progressed, so did the materials used to create these tokens of love. Precious metals like gold and silver started to replace iron and bronze, while adornments like gems and diamonds became increasingly popular, reflecting the wealth and status of the giver. Today, the tradition of the betrothal ring continues, its form and meanings as diverse as the societies they exist within. Whether it's a simple band or an elaborate piece studded with diamonds, each ring carries the promise of commitment, echoing a timeless tradition that spans centuries. From ancient Greek tokens of affection to the Romans' betrothal rings, the ring's journey throughout history is fascinating. However, its latest interpretation, the engagement ring, has a profound emotional significance that extends beyond historical norms and social customs. Modern engagement rings represent a promise of love, commitment and a future together. Its circular shape, symbolising infinity, mirrors the endless love and commitment shared between two people. The evolution of engagement ring designs reflect changes, societal norms and aesthetic preferences. In the early 20th century, simple gold bands or solitaire diamond rings were the norm. As we moved into the later part of the century and into the 21st century, engagement rings became more elaborate and personalised, with designs ranging from 3-stone settings to halo designs and more. Materials have also evolved over time. White gold and platinum remain popular. Other metals like palladium and titanium have gained traction. Diamonds continue to be the favoured gemstone, but many couples now choose alternative stones like sapphire, emeralds, or even non-traditional stones such as moissanite. Equally fascinating is the tradition associated with engagement rings. While it was once customary for only the woman to wear an engagement ring, many couples now choose engagement rings for both partners, a nod to equality and shared commitment. Despite these changes, the essence of an engagement ring remains constant. It serves as a tangible symbol of a couple's love, their shared past and their commitment to a future together. The ring carries the weight of their love story, a narrative uniquely their own, imbuing the piece of jewellery with emotional significance that transcends its material value. At Roberts & Co, we deeply appreciate the rich history of rings and the myriad of meanings they've carried throughout the centuries, from ancient tokens of power to signs of affection and now to symbols of love and commitment. Rings have always been more than just an ornament. They tell a story, carry a promise and signify a bond. And it's this profound tradition that inspires us when we craft our engagement and wedding rings. Our collections pay homage to the artistry of the ancients while embracing modern sensibilities. For instance, our Greek-inspired collection incorporates designs that echo the simplicity and elegance of the Hellenic age, while our contemporary engagement rings capture the diversity of modern preferences, from minimalist bands to intricate settings and unconventional stones. Each Roberts & Co ring is designed with intent, understanding that it's more than a piece of jewellery, it's a token of love and a promise for a future and a personal artefact to be cherished. As we look back at the evolution of rings, we're honoured to contribute to this ongoing journey, crafting rings that honour the past, celebrate the present and anticipate the future. As we look back over the centuries, the symbolic value of rings becomes evident. What began in ancient Greece as a simple token of affection has evolved into one of the most cherished symbols of love and commitment we have today. Throughout the highs and lows, through various cultural shifts and society transformations, rings have always managed to maintain their profound significance. The transformation of rings mirrors the evolution of our own perceptions of love and commitment. From the enigmatic tokens of the ancient Greeks, the betrothal rings promising future union, to today's engagement rings that shine as symbols of enduring bonds. Each iteration is a reflection of its era, and yet they all speak to the universal language of love. At Roberts & Co, we respect and honour this rich heritage. Our unique designs draw inspiration from the myriad of symbols and meanings that rings have embodied throughout the ages. Every piece we create is a tribute to this timeless tradition, combining the charm of the old with the elegance of the new, so allowing the story of love to continue into the future. So the next time you slide a ring onto your finger, remember you're not just wearing a piece of jewellery, you're wearing a piece of history, a symbol of love that has stood the test of time, and a promise of commitment that, just like your ring, is meant to last forever. And that's a wrap for another episode of the Roberts & Co Jewellers Journal. It's been an absolute pleasure guiding you through the sparkling narrative of our precious pieces. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any future episodes where we continue to delve deeper into the enchanting world of jewellery. If you wish to explore our collections or learn more about us, please visit our official Roberts & Co website, and remember, every piece of jewellery tells a story and we can't wait to be a part of yours. So until next time, keep shining, and we hope to see you again soon.